Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon, and me, Banshee, and it's me, Banshee, for my Material Matters segment, your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. Welcome to the show. Hoping for a good week for everybody. I believe the stock market ended up on a positive note at the end of the week, considering all the losses we had recently, so that's something good. Let's hope more good things are in store. All right, I'm going to be using the Secret Creators Oracle by Chris Ann. I'll show that again. There we are. For our card for the collective. You would think this is the only card in the deck because I swear this is the third time in maybe a month or just over that we have gotten gratitude again. Gotta go and call it like I see it, but this is, we really need to look at our lives and be grateful for what we've done, who we are, where we are. Let's see, I think it's a clear sign. Gratitude again. So in case you forgot, the essential meanings are gratitude for life, a new level of manifestation skills, witnessing small miracles, abundance and prosperity, mindset ascension. So we live in a the secret world, and during the last decade, we've learned a lot about gratitude, positive thinking, and what's possible with the right mindset. There are still many people who believe magical thinking is a load of poppycock, and even more who are who are fence sitters, who dabble now and then just in case it brings them $1 million check in the mail. That's not me. Just kidding. So it's time to get real about gratitude. Again, every time we repeat something, we get better at it, right? Did you tie your shoelace the first time you tried to? Okay, maybe you did. But lots of us had to practice that shizzle. Gratitude is your secret mindset shifter, and engaging in a thankful perspective long term will shift how wonderfully rich your life is. Like sacred geometry spiraling from the center of a plant, gratitude grows in strength exponentially each and every time it spirals. Learning to live in a state of being grateful is part of your sacred story. Let go of any lackluster attempts you've experienced and call abundance into your life. This is part of your medicine. How can you be more appreciative of the money you make and spend, the support that shows up in your life, and the love you already experience? When was the last time you kept a gratitude journal? How have you grown and learned since? And what new awakenings will change how you do gratitude the next time? We all haven't had perfect lives. We've all had things that maybe we're not so grateful for. But why focus there? Why focus there on the lack? Focus on what really has enriched your life. In order to bring more riches into your life, it's that sympathetic magic. You want to focus on the things that have brought you the good things in life, and more will follow. All right, that's what I have for the collective today. And let's hope we have a good week ahead. I have the Astrological Outlook waiting here for these readings are good for the week of May 15th through 21st. The moon is traveling from Scorpio, from Scorpio into Aquarius. I'm going to make that straight. The full moon lunar eclipse is on May 16th in the sign of Scorpio. The sun is entering Gemini on May 20th. Gemini season begins. All right. So that's what's going on astrologically. There's obviously other things that more seasoned astrologers can tell you about. Now, let's see what's cooking for our friends, the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Let's soar this week financially. Let's hope our investments soar. Okay. All right, air signs, your focus for the week ahead. Oh, man. Well, it's Ace Cups. The Ace Cups is reversed. A little blue at the start of this week. Don't know if maybe some of your personal lives are bleeding into your material lives, but, you know, emotionally you're kind of rattled. It could be some of the topsy-turvy elements going on right now with, with the supply chain. With the stocks and investments, all of that could be into play. The war in Ukraine is, of course, still causing some issues globally that are pretty bad. So, you know, there's just a little bit of emotional turbulence as you start this week. Perhaps something is not pleasing to you at a job you're working at or with coworkers. They're just trying to maintain balance and, you know, hopefully things will improve as the week goes on. Okay, so how best can you prepare for this focus? Well, how about projecting beyond the pain you're feeling and focus on positive things that could be coming your way? Look at what you could be, bringing into existence this week. Look at some ideas and plans that you might be able to set into motion. And recognize that maybe some things, you know, despite some of the shakiness you're feeling, that maybe some things are starting to come in for you. Focus on, it's kind of like what they said in the collective reading here. Focus on the things that are coming in and bringing you riches and bringing you joy or success on the jobs, and plan for the future. This is a time to plan for the future. Well, what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? I think people are rallying for you this week. You know, they want to see victory. They want to see success. They want to see this week, enter the win column instead of the loss column. So they're going to be working hard to make success happen. They may come up with some financial maneuvering, or, you know, maybe there's going to be some product ideas or, some marketing techniques that will help. You know, you weather some of the storms that are going on, but they're definitely working in your favor. Well, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you air signs? All I can say is hard work. Hard work and feeling of oppressive load that you must carry by week's end. It just seems like something is weighing heavily on your shoulders. Could it be this emotional, whatever brought this emotional turmoil to begin with? It may still be some instability in the markets, in the consumer sector that are, inflation rates, interest rates just went up and stuff like that. So there could be some things that are weighing heavily on you by week's end. It doesn't look like a lot of progress is going to be made this week. I feel that there is hope coming from others who want to work and help you through. But I feel ultimately by week's end that maybe you're carrying too much of a load and you need to perhaps unburden yourself and get others to lend you more of a hand. So that's basically it. I kind of wrapped it up there too by saying all of that. You need to plan for the future now and future success and make this week a work week, but also don't carry all of that weight yourself, air signs. All right. Hey, fire. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Oh, my producer has just informed me of my brain fog. I left the cards there. Thank you, Mr. Producer. That's what I pay you for.
You're welcome.
All right, all right. So, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, this reading is for you. And yes, we are operating with a full deck now. All right. At least where the cards are concerned. Me, I don't know. All right. All right, fire signs. Let's see what's in store for you. Will the flames be rising in your financial affairs? Oh, pooh. We got a reversed ace here. It's the Ace of Wands. Fire signs. Ace of Wands. So it just seems like delay, disappointment, working through things that setbacks to goals. Whether these are personal goals of landing a job, a new job, or getting a raise or a bonus. It just seems like there are setbacks and struggles this week. This may not be a good time to maybe make new investments. I would just lay low because it just is not a good sign. Maybe even if you can avoid signing contracts or papers, this is Mercury retrograde too. So we're getting a thumbs down from the universe right now, fire signs. But ironically enough, how best should you prepare for that focus? Hey, with the Ace of Pentacles upright. So I really feel here, since this is in the place of how best to prepare for the focus, I kind of feel you need to focus on ways that you can increase your earnings or your income or your profit margins, or your dividends on your investment. Focus on that. And also focus on just, developing more of a business plan. I think that would be important too with this Ace of Pentacles in this position. And what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Or how about a lot of frenetic fire energy? Look, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is upright, fire signs. I feel that people are going to be super duper supporters this week. They have a lot of energy. They have a lot of drive. I think you're going to be able to connect with the right people because there's this idea of communication also with this card just flying. And I feel that people are going to be really working hard to help you succeed. There's a lot of speed involved here, getting answers from people right away, getting work done right away, production. It just all looks very, very positive as far as that goes, despite this rather shabby beginning. And ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement for you, fire signs, or no movement at all? The Nine of Cups. Woohoo! I like this reading for us, fire signs. So you could get what you desire by week's end. It seemed pretty iffy at the start there, though, didn't it? But it looks as though, you're going to be feeling pretty contented with where things are going by week's end. Maybe you don't ultimately get get your wish, but I certainly think by week's end you're well on the road to that. So let's take a look at that again. We have the Ace of Wands reversed here. It just seems like you're starting the week with, dealing with setbacks and difficulties, obstacles in your path, and it looks like it's not a good time to start something new. But it might be a better idea to put a financial plan in place and to focus on the ways that you can, increase your profits. Whether it's profit margins, dividends, bonuses, getting a raise, getting a job that pays you more. It's time to really make a plan and stick to it. And also make sure everybody is on board with that plan, which I really think you're not going to have a problem with. I think you're going to connect up with people. I think maybe that's part of the key here, is some of the communications you have with others might lead to some successful plans that you start setting in motion. And ultimately, by week's end, you just feel really satisfied about things. You feel as though, success is going to happen. It's like it's assured. So awesome, fire signs. That's a winning week for you. Good luck with that. Ow. Hey, my friends, the water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This reading is for you if I can shuffle. Let's hope some cash is raining down on you. All right. Cheers to the water signs. All right. Ooh, ouch, 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 ouch. Your focus for the week ahead, it's reversed. At least we can say that. The Ten of Swords. Holy moly. Well, water signs, you can stop being a pincushion. You can start taking those swords out of your back now. What's done is done. There may have been some, parting of ways in the past week. There may have been some betrayals. People that you've trusted at the workplace. Oftentimes it smacks of, office politics situations, I feel. But it could be other things where you feel somebody did not, did things for their own self-interests and not yours. And therefore you feel betrayed. But it's done. It's over. And you can really now start moving towards better conditions. But let's see how best you can prepare for this focus. With another 10. The Ten of Wands. And this time the Ten of Wands is reversed. It's appearing reversed for you. Hey, so one way that you can, I think this really backs up this first card here quite nicely. The best way to prepare for this focus is to unburden yourself from any shame, guilt, or lingering self-esteem issues you may have by what's happened to you here. I really feel that kind of connects with that card, that maybe, these burdens aren't so much physical burdens, but, they've left a little bit of an emotional scar on you, and it weighs heavy. Sometimes we're afraid to make moves or afraid to do something because of, situations we have just been through. So it's time to unburden that. You can let that go. And it's evident here that there is a healing process going on. What about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, I can look at this a couple of different ways. We have the Two of Swords reversed here, which is kind of interesting under the circumstances I've had of this reading. Excuse me. I kind of feel that it could be that some people are moving on. They may just be moving. You know, maybe people you've had disagreements with or you felt have betrayed you, maybe they have moved on now, and that is going to just, you know, ease your burdens significantly. On the other hand, it could also mean that now people feel more free to offer advice, suggestions, help you make decisions on how to move forward from this mess. So either way, it's really okay. So ultimately, will there be forward, backward movement or no movement at all for you this week? Well, you have strength reversed here, water signs. And so what I'd like to say with that is that maybe you need to kind of push this week to accomplish what you want to get done. This is a time to be a little bit more forceful, more pushy, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a motivational way, that you have to be the driver here a little bit, and you have to exert your authority and say what needs to be done. And don't be bashful. This is not a time to be shy, and this is not a time to play subtle. All right, so let's take a look at this water signs and make some sense of this for you. I believe these two cards go hand in hand here. The Ten of Swords indicates some bad times, they're over. And it seems to me it has to do with people around you, whether it's an office politics situation, whether it's just people on a team that just are not getting along, whether it's, and maybe some people have done things behind your back, whether it's just out and out fraud, you know, somebody doing things to make money off at your expense. I feel that this card here is saying those times are over. They're done. What you need to do now is to heal and move on and unburden yourself of any shame or self-esteem issues that might be connected with that, or maybe weighing heavily on you so you fear making any moves forward. Well, don't worry, because the people around you got your back in one way or another. Maybe some of those betrayers, they're jumping ship. They got what they wanted and they're done. You know, they're moving on. Or the people around you now have finally said to you, hey, listen to us. We've got some ideas for you. We know how to move forward from here. We're here to help you out. And I think that's a very, very big positive. Ultimately, though, you are the one who's going to have to drive this in some way. You're going to have to take the lead or be at least a little bit more hands-on than sitting in the sidelines and maybe taking a more subtle approach. That's what I have for you, water signs. It's to this week is not so much a gain week, but a recovery week for you. So good luck with that. Hey, Earth, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This reading is for you for the week ahead. Let's shake things up. Shuffle one more time. All right. Hey, Earth signs. You've got the Two of Wands for your focus for the week ahead. Well, look at that. Look at that person in this picture here. The sun is shining, looking towards the light, carrying the world in his hands. He is ready to face a brighter future. And so I feel here that, you know, some of your plans, you know, you've been putting some plans together that may have brought some, maybe about to bring some rewards to you, you know. This is a point of looking towards the light, like you are looking towards positive results from good strategic planning. And so that's your focus for this week. Maybe it's creating these plans that are going to set you on this journey. And it's really interesting here. Here we have somebody looking through what looks like a doorway. And believe it or not, we have another 2. And it's the 2 of Pentacles. And this character is riding a unicycle here and juggling at the same time. No small feat. But look they're on the move. And so it's kind of like there you are looking ahead, and here you are on the move. So how best can you prepare for the focus? By, trying to pull everything together, trying to put all the little pieces of the puzzle together, working hard on making sure everything is in balance and harmony and everything is flowing smoothly. It's where I think you're headed, Earth signs. Very, very positive. And those 2 cards fit together really nicely. The water signs, same thing, I think, here. So, in the cards, the way they all seem to fit together. So let's see how other people fit into this equation. Uh-oh. Well, other people may have their own desires, their own motivations, that may not be in your best interest. So, with Mercury retrograde, I would just advise you to be careful of what you're signing and what you're getting involved in. Make sure, when you're, that it does not, that somebody doesn't take advantage of the plans you're putting in place for their own interests. And we'll talk about that a little more at the end. I have some ideas there. Ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for Earth signs? Well, it's interesting. We do have a repeat card here. We have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups has come reversed and at the end of the week for you. So I believe there's going to be some emotional disappointment, some upsets going on, and it wouldn't surprise me if it wouldn't surprise me if it involved that 7 of Swords right there. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. So I think you start the week putting together some really good strategic plans that look to pay off. Maybe you've made, a good amount of progress, and now, you have plans in place that you are setting forth towards, the light, towards a goal. And the 2 of Pentacles here indicates that you're just trying to pull all the elements together. That's the way you focus on this, is by pulling all the elements together, putting everything in place carefully to achieve the success you want. And also maintaining balance. This could be about workflow issues. This could be just about finding, that sweet spot, if you can, with the stock market right now and investing properly, to make sure you are cushioned against losses. But you have to watch the people who are working with you. They may have some ulterior motives. There may be some sneakiness. There may be a little underhandedness. And make sure that if they're doing things in your name, that, nothing bad is going to fall back on you because of that. So my advice is to keep your eyes on the people who are doing things for you. Be careful signing contracts. Be careful, agreeing to deals without doing the proper due diligence of making sure that everything is on the up and up. And finally, it looks as though, some of that is going to cause a little bit of emotional upset. You're going to feel really stressed, I feel, by week's end, and wondering what the future holds. So I think, try to rein in your emotions, try to have a balanced weekend, and gear up for the week ahead, because you're going to need to probably sort things out and move forward in the next week, Earth signs. So I think this is a work in progress, and depending on what happens with the people around you, success or failure looms in the future. But needless to say, there's a little bit of stress happening for you this week. All right. So that's it for the signs. Good luck. I hope everybody comes out ahead, regardless of what the cards have had to say. And I want to remind everybody that on Wednesday, Mr. O has his Goth Tarot at 8 a.m., excuse me, losing my voice, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get the shadow side of your life looked at through the lens of Mr. O. All right. Also, his emotional exchanges is on. I don't need cue cards, Mr. Producer. I remember now. I do.
Yeah, tiny.
It's 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday morning, where he will give you the good and the bad awaiting you in your emotional life in the week ahead. And finally, I have news. Breaking news about next week. We will not have a happy hour or a live stream on Sunday because we're going to a public event. We're reading in person. So it's the first weekend we've had off in all the years we have been doing this so far.
To work.
To work more. That's right. It's not really a vacation. So anyway, but I do want to also say, don't forget, I almost forgot myself, there will be a monthly modality message on May 20th when the sun enters Gemini season. So check that out to get your modality message for Gemini season. All right, everybody, that's it for this week. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.